Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. For today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how I did this design with stamping. So we're going to be doing some stamping on top of dip powder. No gel needed. So let's get started. Shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Maniology. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video and sending me over all of these goodies. Y'all, I am ready for spring now. They just launched some beautiful stamping plates, polishes, all the things. This little bag has the Frenchy Spring Nail Stamping Bundle. It comes with so many cute things to get y'all ready for spring. This is their crystal clear stamper and scraping set, and of course it is a spring theme. So inside is their scraping tool. I love all of the details of the flowers and of course the jelly stamper, again with the matching cohesive spring floral design. Next up in our bag of goodies are the polishes. So this is called Beginnings. They are so beautiful. It's got this deeper blue shade, a pink, and a purple. Last but certainly not least in the bundle is the stamping plate. I'm going to apologize in advance for the glare of my lighting and everything else on the plate because it's so shiny, but I had to show y'all it is gorgeous. We've got butterflies, flowers, there's a little bit of Easter bunnies going on. It is so cute. I love the versatility of this because you can put it at your cuticle area, you can do a French tip, so many options. They also sent me over this nail polish set called Songbird, and they are jelly flaky. So I definitely need to swatch these. They look stunning. As per my usual, I have peel base on my natural nails, so this lets me pop off the dip powder in about 1 to 3 days. Skip this product if you want your manicure to last, but if you enjoy doing manicures often like I do, this is a really great product to have. I'm going to be using Kiara Sky's dip powder liquids today. I've really been enjoying them. And I'm also going to use Milkmaid from Vivid Glam Co. Because my nails are on the shorter side, I'm just going to do full layers, not build up an apex or anything. We're going to keep it super simple. So do a full layer of the base liquid and then pouring the powder over top. I grabbed this particular shade of white because it is a milkier shade. It's going to be more forgiving. So I love this color. I think it's so fun to kind of start to wean our way into spring. So again, I'm just doing full layers on each of the nails. Once they're dry, we're going to use a stiff scrub brush to dust off the excess powder. The second layer is also going to be another full coat layer. So it's just my personal preference to use dip powder as my strength underneath designs. If you want to do gel polish, you absolutely can. But I thought today's video would be perfect for those, again, who are suffering from gel allergies or just overall leery of using gel products. This is a really great alternative because you're still going to get that dip powder strength and you can still have some fun by doing some nail art on top. Once that layer is dry, we're going to dust everything off and go on to our third layer of dip powder. Normally at this point, I would do a layer of clear to protect the color, but I really want this white to pop, so I'm actually going to do one more layer of the white. This is totally optional on how you go about it depending on what your base color is, but because this is a little bit more on the sheer transparent side, it's okay to do a third layer of color if you want. So this is basically going to build up color and serve as my encapsulation layer. So one more full layer across the entire nail, and this is going to be our last layer of dip powder. Then we get to move on to the fun part. Once they're fully dry, we're going to scrub off that excess powder. Now with our Seal and Protect, also known as activator, we're going to apply a very generous layer of this to each of the nails and then wait 2 minutes for it to dry so we can file, shape, and buff. After 2 minutes have passed, I'm going to use the 180 grit side of my nail file to just go around my free edge shape first, and then we're going to smooth out the top surface. I've really been enjoying the pour over method, especially when it comes to my time when I have to file. It gives such a clean, even layer that it makes filing and shaping a breeze. Now I'm just going to go across the entire top surface, focusing around those sidewalls and cuticle area to make sure I blend it down and it's not too bulky before we go in for our design. Once I'm done doing that to each of the nails, then I'm going to use my buffing block to smooth it all out. Now that I'm done with all of the nails, I'm going to dust off that extra debris. And with rubbing alcohol and a lint-free wipe, I'm going to cleanse each of the nails, so skip that second activator. Then I'm going to apply a layer of this sticky base coat. This is the product that's going to help the design stick to the dip powder. So we're going to do a thin, even layer across the entire nail and then let it dry. I have since learned from stamping now, because this is new to me as well, I'm learning a new hobby, that I think it's better to wait to do the sticky base coat until right before you do the nail. I noticed it got too dry. So I want to just mention that next time I'm going to try doing the sticky base coat on each nail right before I stamp. When it comes to stamping, you do need to move quickly, so have everything out and ready. I've got my paper towel down to protect my desk, and I went ahead and primed my new little jelly stamper. So that means I used some Dawn dish soap and some warm water to clean it. That's just the first time you use it. I also have my Scotch tape here to clean it every time between designs. You can also use a lint roller to clean your jelly stamper as well if you don't have Scotch tape on hand. This is the shade that I'll be using for today's design. I have my 100% pure acetone. This has no additives in it, so you don't want anything with oils inside. I also have a cotton ball to clean it off as well. I've got my scraping tool, and now we can get started. So I'm going to apply a little layer of my nail polish, and this is in real time. Scrape it and then roll. You don't need a whole lot of pressure when you roll your stamper on top, just a light touch, a flick of the wrist, and here's our design. So now I'm going to line it up on my nail, just trying to see where I want it, and then gently pressing down. I also roll side to side to make sure the image goes all the way over to those sidewall areas as well. Then when you pull it off, if you need to, you can just gently press down on the polish if there's any areas sticking up, and that's it. So I have some excess polish on my stamper, so I'm going to use some of my tape to just clean it right off before we get started on the next nail. Then with a cotton ball soaked in 100% pure acetone, I'm going to cleanse my stamping plate. And then with a dry cotton ball, I'm just going to go back over top to make sure I don't have any leftover residue. I'm sticking them over here in my little cupcake liner for later. So we're going to go back over top with our polish, scrape, and then roll the stamper over top. This is again in real time, so you can see just how fast I'm moving. You do need to move quickly so we can get that image onto our little stamper. Now I'm going to line it up on my middle finger here and press down, rolling it side to side, making sure I get it all the way over to those sidewall areas. And if you have any polish sticking up, you can just gently press it onto the nail. Now we're going to use our tape to clean off anything left over on our stamper. Use our 100% pure acetone to clean off the stamping plate, and we can move on to the next nail. Now I want to do one of the longer designs, so I'm going to apply my polish, scrape over top, and then roll the stamper. So remember, not a lot of pressure, just gently rolling your wrist over top, and here it is. So we're going to use our tape to clean up everything that we don't want to go onto the nail, and then line it up. Once I'm happy with it, then I just press it onto the nail, just rolling it side to side, making sure I get it fully coated, and then lifting the stamper off. All right, so here's how we're looking. Next time, again, I will do the base coat right before each nail. So I'm just showing you how you can clean up anything on your skin with the tape, but I think it turned out pretty great. This is only my second time trying stamping, so it is a learning process, and I'm learning right here with y'all. Now I'm gonna use their smudge-free top coat, and it is a true smudge-free top coat. It is not going to smudge your art that you just worked so hard on, and I love that it's got a faster dry time to it. I would love to hear if y'all have tried stamping yet. Do you do it on top of nail polish, on top of dip powder? One of my resolutions for 2023 was to try new nail products. I got to step outside of my little dip powder comfort zone, and that is what stamping is. It's a new hobby for me, and I am trying it. I'm loving it. It is so much fun to get to do all of these little intricate, delicate designs that I probably can't do with just hand painting. All right, y'all, here it is. I think it turned out so beautiful. It actually reminds me of my grandmother and some of the china glassware that she used to have. It just brings back so many memories, and it's so perfect for spring. Thank you so much, Maniology, for sponsoring today's video, for sending me all of these goodies. I am now officially ready for spring. Thank y'all so much for being here and for watching, and I will see y'all next week.